Three, two, one. Look at the time. Look at the time. The time is now 5 after the hour. And I would like to welcome everybody to Plugged In. Uh, Plugged In is, I think, one of the hottest shows that is around because we give you the game. Because I give you the game that is needed in order for you to live the life that you want to live on your own terms. Let me turn this phone off. Live the life that you want to live on your own terms by your own rules and achieve the dreams that you've all wanted. I'd like to welcome everybody again to another episode of Dropping Jewels. And we slightly changed the name up. I added a little bit to the name, and we're going to call this free game Drip. Uh, you guys bear with me. I'm a little hoarse a little bit today. Not sick, no wrong, just a little hoarse. I slept with the air conditioner on last night, and it was a little nippy. But we still going to give y'all this free game Drip, and uh, this is to improve your business, improve your sales, and improve and change your condition that you're in. Whatever condition or situation that you're in, if you're wanting better, then this is the time to tune in to Plugged In because I plug you in with that information that you might have been missing to get you over the hump of becoming successful, especially in this time, day and age, to where appreciate you for coming in, tuning in to Plugged In, especially in this day and age, to where um, six-figure earners are being turned about very fast. If you was tuned in last night, I gave you the numbers to where 178,000 new millionaires just to this date, or yesterday's date. But 178,000 millionaires were created since January. And that's because of this new paradigm in business that is called digital real estate, digital target marketing, whatever the case may be. But social media is an open avenue to making people a lot of money. Now, today, let me pay the bills right quick and get this out the way. Um, uh, Supreme Wave Pomade, if you guys are out there trying, if you're in the Wavers community and you are looking for a product that is all natural, no petroleum jelly, this is all beeswax and African shea butter. And that you guys have you already known about African shea butters. They're for the moisturizer and then the beeswax there to hold your waves. And this is a product that I use. So right now, if you mention in the product code plug in, you can get this can right now for $5. They will give you $5 on if you just mention in the product code or the coupon code plugged in. Now, today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be giving you some vital game. Now, if you guys have been following over the past couple of weeks since I've been going live, I've been giving you game on how to build your business platform on social media and through the avenues of social media. If you guys have been following, you know that I have been showing, teaching and telling, not teaching, but just giving that advice or giving the ins and outs, guiding you through the minefield of how to get your business up and running on social media platforms free, starting businesses free, getting products free. I mean, and it's creating passive income for a lot of people, replaceable income for even more people. And this is the avenue and the new business model that is happening in today's time. And tonight I'm going to give you some good game tonight. There are now for those of you who already have your pages and your business is up and running, but you just are not getting the customers. The money is not flowing with all of the work that you've been putting in, with all of the advice and tips that I've been giving you, you're just not getting the customers. You're not breaking that. You're not even doing $1,000 a month. Forget about $1,000 a week. And I'm going to tell you why. There are three, and actually, I got this game from a lovely sister who put on a workshop some time ago by the name of Sabrina Kane. And the sister was really dropping some jewels in that workshop. And she was going in about why online marketers, social media marketers, just in marketing business, period, why you're not getting the customers. And she gave three key reasons, which I'm going to pass on to you today. And which, when I made this post earlier today, I talked about PPE, and that's not personal protective equipment. We're not talking about that. We're talking about marketing. Now, and this marketing can be transcended over to, or this can be moved over to online marketing as well. Because I was right before I came on, I was watching Brother Jake Jacobs, and he was dropping some valuable jewels as well. If you guys are not into the ABS tribe, please check them out. There should be a link right in the ticker tape to where you guys can pull up that link, and it will take you to the ABS tribe, to where you can get involved in that program, or this program, which is, I think, is very key. Now, I've spent a lot of money over the years in various different social media marketing programs, and bought several books. But this is actually one that the game is real. And even if you're taking the DTM, the digital target marketing program, it is very, I haven't found a program that is very close to mine, or mine is very close to that one. And the results are, I can pretty much tell you instantaneously, just from my personal growth. But the information that Sister Sabrina Kane spoke of was PPE. And these are the three key elements for any business, especially online business. First, with the assortment smorgasbord of products out here to be selling. A lot of my customers, or a lot of my clients, they don't know what to say. Some have a product in mind already, and they want to move that particular piece because that's what they love. And this is what Brother Jake was talking about earlier, that I briefly caught just for a little bit. If you guys have been following me yesterday I put up a video post with Kobe Bryant. And in that video post, in that video, Kobe Bryant said something that really just spoke and sizzled in my spirit. And Kobe said, "It's not about you. Get over yourself. You're not that important. The world is not hating on you. Nobody is trying to keep you down. The man is not trying to keep his foot on your neck. All of that stuff, you're not that important, family." And it's not a put down. It is simply to say, get over yourself. Nobody's specifically targeted you and said, "We just not going to support you," or "We're not going to buy from you. We're not going to buy from your business. We're not going to support your service." You're not that important. Get over yourself. Nobody is specifically targeting you and saying, "Hey, look, we're just going to pick on Robert." And that's what I had to get out of my head, especially in my earlier years in business. I had to get over that the world was hating on me. Half these people don't even know who I am. But I had to get over that frame of thinking. And that's what that video post that I posted yesterday with Kobe was about. You know, just get better. And especially in this online marketing business, and that's what I had to learn was to get over myself. It's not about me. And it's the same thing with a lot of my customers and my clients that are out there. Uh, it's the fact of one, and one, a lot of people want to put out a product that they like. You love it. You absolutely love it. You might have 2, 3 people that like it too. But is that business solving these 3 key elements? Now, Sister Kane said this. Sabrina Kane, if you guys are on Instagram, check her out. It's Swerk Mob University. She has a phenomenal program. And the Swerk Mob is not twerk with a T, Swerk with an SW. And it stands for single working women while raising kids, doing something while raising kids. Check her program out. She is great. I should be feeling bad that I can't remember what the Swerk meant. But the information and the jewels that she was dropping in that workshop, I was really, really dug in. But she's on Instagram on the Swerk Mob. Follow her page. She drops jewels all the time. A great sister, great entrepreneur. And these 3 things that she said, and this is a lot of reasons. When I was thinking back and doing rolling back the Rolodex and going back through time, and it was answering a lot of problems in my own business, which I'm going to give you because you are looking for the reason why your business is not taking off. You're not moving and selling the product. You like it. All your friends like it. Your family like it. But here's the thing. She said, number 1, 3 reasons why people buy. And if your product does not relate to one of these 3, this is why your business is not taking off or making money. 1, the first P. People buy to solve a problem. So when you're designing and creating these pages or designing and building these businesses through social media market, which you have a lot of customers. Again, Facebook, the largest platform, 4.9 billion people are on Facebook. If you are not making money out of 4.9 billion people, it's because your product or your service is not solving a problem. So you have to keep in mind when you're out here again, when you're building these pages and you're building these businesses and opening up on all of these social media platforms, before you even start the process, before you even create your page, ask yourself, is my business solving a problem? Is my product solving a problem? Is it solving a problem? If your product is not solving a problem, then let's go to the second P. The second P, and the second reason why people buy, is your product or your service easing pain? Ooh, that's deep. Ooh. Do y'all smell what I'm cooking right now? If your product or your service is not easing someone's pain, they will not buy it. If it's not solving a problem, okay, let me give you some examples. A new product that was out that was really popping is real fast. All right, solving the problem. Cable bill. I don't know where you guys live that's viewing this or listening to this podcast, but I'm gonna tell you here in Alabama is pretty much Comcast and Charter, pretty much like that for everybody all over the country. I would imagine there might be some other mom and pop cable companies or networks, but cable was getting out of cable bill was getting out of control. It's a problem. I remember as far back as cable being $12.41 a month for basic cable. Just basic cable. Now, and that's for me, when I became a cable cutter, which we call a cable cutter or a cord cutter. So if you hear that terminology a lot in the digital world, in this era that we're living in now, you hear a lot of people call them cord cutters or cable cutters. That's what they're talking about. People who have gotten rid of their cable because the bill had became outlandishly high. So here comes a problem solver. Online TV. Amazon comes out with the Fire Stick. Now, the Fire Stick, when I bought mine, and I think it's a Gen 2, maybe a Gen 3. I think it's a Gen 2 because I've had it for 6 years now. I became a cable cutter 6 years ago. I bought my Fire Stick at $14.99 when they came out. Now, I guess the first wave, the Gen 1s might have been $9.99, but I came in on the second wave and got it at $14.99. Cut the cable off. My cable bill had got up to about $158 a month. Yes, that was a problem for me. When, especially at that time, I'm working in the business and getting it grinding, and so I'm putting in 10, 12 hours in the shop. So I'm not even watching TV half the day, but I'm spending $158 a month for cable. Problem solved. Cut the cable. I mean, I went all the way up to the wall and poof, snip that baby. Now, my cable, with the Fire Stick, which I have Hulu and Netflix and all of this stuff. You get all of this stuff. And then when you think about it, here was Amazon's pitch. The majority of TV, other than live TV, other than live and local news, it's all reruns. Huh? Let that sizzle in your spirit. Majority of TV, other than local news and live TV, which is football, basketball, sports, that's all live. Everything else is rerun. How many Law and Order episodes can a person watch? Really? So, and people was cutting the cable. Amazon solved the problem. People start buying Fire Sticks left and right. Boom, 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 boom. Problem solver. Easing pain. If you have a problem that can ease pain, let me tell you something. Here's an example. People have bad feet, their arches are falling. So somebody come up with a product that can help aid the support in your arches, arch support. Actually, let's go even better. Dr. Scholl's product that's already out there. That was a product that eased people's pain in their feet. It's more comfortable now to walk. Now they're finding out and doing the research and all of this kind of things. It helped, it aided back pain a lot. Because if you got some bad foots, and I know I said bad foots, but that's the country in me, bad feet, it's going to start a whole bunch of other problems that's going to compound onto that. You can't work as long, you can't exercise properly, you can't even walk properly without limping or tipping, and you need assistance in that. And it was all because people had their arches had failed. The bunion brace, which is a product that I have been looking at over the past year now, but it looks like some type of brace that you attach to your foot, and then it'll realign that big toe. People who had that big ball on the big the ball at the joint on their foot, that's a bunion. So the company has come out with a bunion brace that will realign that big toe and pull it back properly and get rid of that big ball on there. That's a product that fixed people's pain. And if you got a bunion, you know that them things will, them dogs will be barking. Then the third reason why people buy, and this is where I found out, this is what helped my business. In my first business, the Premier Leather Crafters, is ego. Ego is the third reason why people buy. Think Lamborghini. Think yachts. Think those big jacked up trucks. I mean, with some 35-inch motors. I mean, they just jacked up. They put all of that stuff on the truck for ego. They spent all of that money on a lift kit and everything because I got the biggest truck. I got a Lamborghini. I mean, come on now. I hope y'all smelling what I'm cooking. These are the three prime reasons why people buy. So when you're setting up these businesses and starting these businesses, ask yourself those three questions. Is my product or service, is it solving a problem, the first P? Is it easing pain, the second P? Or is it an ego product? Now, I mentioned that was my go-to in my leather business. Now, earlier on in my earlier building the business, I was a flea market crafter. I was a part of the, and at that time, I didn't even know that they had like a circuit. But every city in every state in America has a city festival. And that's what it's called. It's called a festival circuit. And it's a bunch of us vendors who we go onto the website. You can go onto that website and you can critique which festivals are money makers, which festivals stay away from. And I was traveling at that time. And a lot of you guys knew, especially that is here locally, I was going just about every weekend in the early 2000s. And even to this day, I still love a lot of those festivals. I don't set up at festivals anymore, but that's all that I've done was traveled around the Southeast and set up at city festivals. And at that time, I wouldn't hit a festival that was less than 10,000 people over the course of a weekend. I mean, I can tell you about some really funny ones too. The Lima Bean Festival in West Blockton, Alabama, the Butter Bean Festival. I mean, it's some really fun. And these things are huge. I didn't even know that many ways you could cook lima beans or butter beans. But, and I said that to say this because I didn't know which one of the three reasons. I just knew I had a product. And that was at that time, I was just making belts. That's it. Now, you would think that would solve a problem. Male or female, that would solve a problem. But the one problem with leather is you don't have a lot of repeat customers now. And I was very cheap back there. I was making belts for $15. And my mentality was, because I had a target number, I needed to sell 100 belts every weekend. Now that was in my hustler's mind before I became into my entrepreneur's mind. I mean, and it was knuckle busting for however long that festival was. I would leave out of town Friday after I gotten off work, traveling to whatever city that I was going to. And I'm setting up Friday night, getting ready for Saturday. So I'm grinding all day Saturday from can to can. And half of the day on Sunday because I need to be back on the road at least by 1, 2 o'clock so I can get back home and in time for work come Monday morning. So if I had a $1,500 weekend, man, I was killing it. Hey, appreciate you for tuning in, Carlos. for Plugged In. But the thing was, now I didn't know which one of the three problems I was solving. So I wasn't fixing a problem really, because half the males don't even wear belts anymore on either side of the spectrum. And two, I wasn't fixing a pain or solving a pain. But I didn't know about the ego. Not until I met my advisor. And this I was living in Florida. And through my best friend, he introduced me to my advisor. And as my advisor was looking through some of my pictures and stuff on social media, he was like, Robert, he said, I don't see why you shouldn't be a $200,000 company. And I said, first, nobody's ever told me I can make that kind of money doing leather work. And two, how? But I was still in my employee hustler's mind. And I said, well, okay, my company can be valued at that much money. Why don't I sell my company to you and then I work for you? Still thinking like an employee, not like an entrepreneur. And that day he took to me, he told me, he said, it's not enough meat on the bone for me. I do $250K a month. And I was like, oh, sweet Jesus. Real talk. That's in my first book, True Story. But he said, I will teach you everything that you need to know in order to help you get there. From that day, everything that he told me, everything that he told me to do, I did without question, because he was living the life that I wanted to live. And that was the first thing that he told me to do. He said, Robert, you're too cheap. You'll never make any money selling your products at $15 a belt. And he's flipping and he saw an ostrich bit that I had made. And that was on my social media page. At that time, I had no idea about how to build the business on social media, but I knew to put pictures out there because I wanted people to see my stuff. And he said, how much did you charge for this belt? I said, $85. He said, you're killing me. He said, I got an ostrich belt upstairs. I paid $1,500 for it. And you're hand making, custom making a ostrich belt, and you're selling it for $85. He said, you are cheaper than China. That struck a chord with me. I flew back home to Alabama and jacked and raised the prices up on that thing. Now, and I'm telling you why I said that. Because people in that particular circle are ego purchasers. They're ego shoppers. Just like he said, I paid $1,500 for one belt. Listen to the marketing strategy behind what I'm giving you. I want y'all to pick up what I'm putting down. I had a business, and it took me a minute to get there. But when I got there, it was light bulbs, fireworks, boom, 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 boom. Sell to the egos. So I had to restructure my whole entire business model and sell to ego buyers, because that is a bragging right for somebody to brag about spending $1,500. Now, to some common people, nobody would do that. I make belts and I wouldn't do that. But being transparent, family, but that's what I had to do, because I was missing that third element. Since I wasn't fixing the problem, I wasn't solving a problem, I wasn't easing pain, I had to market my business to ego buyers. Those same ones that go out and buy a Lamborghini like a Mercedes-Benz is not a good enough luxury car. But somebody who buys a Lamborghini, somebody who buys a Bentley, look at all of the rappers out there. I remember there was a time when all of the hip hop artists was talking about riding in the Range Rover, because that was bragging rights. I got a Range. Now everybody's jumping on the Bentley train. I got a Bentley. That's ego. Buying a Bentley is not easing your pain. It is not solving a problem. You can get the same effect in a Honda Accord. It's going to get you from point A to point B. But when you get there in a Bentley, that's all for ego. That is your market. That's the same thing that I'm trying to tell you. Whatever your product or your service is, see if you are solving one of those three. And if you are not solving one of those three marketing strategies, then you might want to revamp your business model, especially on social media, because, ladies and gentlemen, you got 3 seconds. 3 seconds to capture someone's attention while they are scrolling through their news feed. And if you don't have a product or a service that's going to grab their attention in 3 seconds, they'll scroll right on by it. Because that's what people are looking for. And especially with all of the madness and the craziness going on in the country today, you have to create a product or a service around those three. Because if you don't capture their attention in the 3 seconds, you definitely won't capture their attention in the next 10 seconds. And that's 10 seconds for them to read your short post, and that will take them to the next 25, 30 seconds. And then before you know it, they're watching a whole 3-minute video. Now, I say that to say this because when you have your business that is operating within those 3 elements, doesn't matter what product it is, because through this social media marketing, if you guys have been following me the past couple of weeks, I've given you massive game on how you can choose any product, and you can find a product that is within those 3 elements. So if you want to, it doesn't necessarily have to be a medical thing like that. Now, here it is. Prime example. If you are a woman, women spend tons of massive amount of money every year. $1 billion industry. Acrylic nails. Now, me myself, as an entrepreneur, the entrepreneur side of me, because I look at the numbers. And especially now with the number of women buying fake eyelashes, the entrepreneur side of me says that is all ego. I'm all over that business. So now I am shopping online. I'm doing my research. I'm looking at other suppliers and wholesalers that I can buy products from that will maximize my profit potential by getting into that lane. I don't use any of that stuff. When hopefully don't want my significant other wearing that stuff. But I know that there are millions of women that are spending a lot of money on eyelashes and acrylic nails. I mean, I just seen somebody that had those little, I think they call them stilettos, but they look like daggers. That's all ego. And you know what the ego is? Look at my nails. And she just spent 30, 40 bucks on 10 fingers. That is an ego purchase. Hair, the hair industry has always been a big money, $1 billion industry. $1 billion industry. Now you're seeing blue hair, red hair, purple hair, green hair, pink hair. People buying all of this stuff. That's all egos. Look at me. So if you have that type of business and you're wanting to move into that arena, then make sure that you know what you're getting into. Even if the existing product that you may have right now, you have to ask yourself, is that product solving one of those 3? And then, because, and there was one, for those out there who say, well, I have a unique business. Nobody has a unique business. It's still, if you're not solving any of those 3, you don't have a unique business. Because if you have a unique business, product, or service, then you're basically telling the market space that there is a need for your product. And does it fit one of those three? If it don't fit one of those three, you don't have a unique business. Let me tell you something, family. Every great idea is not a good idea, or every good idea is not a great idea. So you have to know which way the market. Now, this is something that Brother Jake was talking about earlier today, too. You want to create a business that the market likes. It's not about you. It's not about you. I don't care if there is a product that you buy every week when you get paid. It's just you. Just because you like it. And here's something that what a lot of us say, because I've said it. A lot of us have said it. Everybody wants this. Everybody buying this. But then you have to know the difference between a fad and trend. You know the difference between a fad or a trend and a business that is scalable for success. Sometimes you can hit a product that is popping right now, but in 2 months after it's flooded the market, nobody wants it anymore. Nobody wants it anymore because everybody got it. There's nothing to talk about now. The only thing left to say is, well, I had mine first. But at that particular point in time, your money is cut off. So if you're jumping on a fad or a trend business, and if you don't have that in mind to where I'm just going to ride the wave until it stops, you're going to be stuck with a whole lot of product that nobody wants anymore. Then you're going to have to start selling discounts or giving it half the cost. And you can see a lot of those businesses on social media already. If you start seeing advertisements on your news feed where they have slashed prices in half a month or two later, and you're still getting these pop-ups in your news feed, that person wasn't prepared for the wave to crash. They jumped on the business they jumped on it too late. This is why researching and understanding your market and your customers is very important. Understanding your market and your customers is very important. Now, let's move on to this right here. That's another part of why you're not making the money that you want or getting the customers that you want. It's because you don't understand your customers. Again, a lot of times entrepreneurs and new business owners, they make the mistake of putting all of their eggs in the basket and from the offset. They haven't run any beta tests. They haven't done any test in the market to see how the market responds. Now, let me explain that to you. Anytime you have a product or a service, because now you want to open this business, you want to go into business, everybody wants to have their own business, but you don't know how the market is going to respond to that business because you took your customers or your marketing base for granted based off of your personal feelings about that product or service. So when you do that, you have it. There's no supply. Now the old paradigm, supply and demand. When the demand was high, you keep the supply low. When then once the market is flooded with so much supply, then nobody's asking, it's not in demand anymore. But what new business owners, and especially in this marketing business, do, they just flood the market with stuff, and nobody's looking for it anymore. They don't know what their target base is. They don't know what their audience is. They don't know enough about their audience. And one primary reason is they are not reading the analytics from what social media platforms give you. You just can't start a business and then you're not paying attention to the numbers of the analytics, especially with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They tell you how many people are responding to your product or your service. They do. So if you're posting something out on social media platforms and you only had 2 people out of a whole week, that should tell you right there, do not spend any more money on this particular product. There's only 2 people out of the whole. Now, well, let me add this too real quick. I'm going to drop this jewel real quick. A lot of times it's because we only advertise or we don't know how to advertise to our to other people on social media outside of our friends list. Ooh, this just dropped too. If you only have 2 people that responded to your product or your service out of your friends list, so unless you're one of these people that just have 5 friends on social media, if only 2 responded, that means nobody's even looking at your page in your friends list. That is a telltale sign that that product is not working. If you only have 5 or 10 likes, because people will like your page, they'll like your stuff for nothing. I mean, that don't cost them anything. But what you want to pay attention to the analytics, you want to see how many people are engaging, how many people are commenting, how many people are sharing, how many people are hitting you in the DM saying, hey, how can I get this product? Tell me more. How can I get in touch with you? I want to come and pick this up. How many do you have? Do they come in different colors? Do they come in different sizes? If people are not engaging with you like that on your social media platform, that's a product or a service you need to drop fast. Because what you'll wind up doing is spending more money on ad campaigns. And I know some people who spend some astronomical money on ad campaigns. If you guys want to know my formula for what I spent $30. Go back and re-listen to that podcast episode or catch the video on YouTube to where I break down. You don't have to spend a lot of money on getting ad campaigns. I spent $30. And my reach is in the billions. 1, because I know how to do it. 2, if you want to know that game, I give you the fundamentals of how to do that and set that up. But you want to know the real meat and potatoes behind that, then I teach that in the master class. Because that is some on-fire game. To how you can tell about the cost per click. How much am I spending? I'm spending 1 to 2 cents per click. And that's not buying ads or buying likes or buying shares. That's how many times people are hitting my page with that product or with that service. But if I'm not getting in an engagement through the testing phase, that tells me right there, okay, bad product. Pull that product down. Let me try this one right here. Boom, hit them with this right here. Like when I came out with the, yes. Prime example. And I know some of you may have seen my ad already on social media platforms, but this little jewel here, when I jumped on this product has been out about 4 months. And I jumped on it late, 2 months ago. But I ran the testing on this. And these are the T trimmers. So if you guys are on your social media newsfeed, I know you've seen this product, which you've probably seen my ad. But when we did the beta testing on these, the numbers came back like, wow. Immediately. I don't even think I went through my full 3 days test on that. Actually, I know I didn't. I went through a 36-hour testing because when I woke up the next day, I was like, I got to get it. And I immediately went and started building ads and launching those ads out there because it was a hot ticket item and they're still selling today. So that wave is probably about a 50-footer and I'm still riding it. This is what now that's not to brag or boast or anything like that. That's for me to give you an example to tell you you have to test your product or your service. Do not just go out there and open up a business page. Just because you like it doesn't mean your audience or your customer base will like it. What do you think? Have anybody ever been to Publix? I know Winn-Dixie used to do this when Winn-Dixie was in business, and Bruno's or Food World. Remember you walking through the aisle and you get back there and you smell somebody cooking something, and they got the little electric skillet back there, and then they saying, "Hey, you want to try this?" That was a beta test, and it's to get data as well as to entice you. Because if you like the way she was cooking those little links in there, like back when I was eating pork, or whatever they was cooking, she got the little chicken in there and she's searing it and all of this kind of stuff. And they just telling you to try it, like chicken is chicken. But this is not Wayne's Farms chicken, or this is not Hillshire Farms chicken. Our chicken is better. It's chicken. But they were enticing you to get the feedback off of your reaction or your response. And they was hoping off of your feedback and reaction that you will go over there and grab you a pack of Hillshire Farms chicken. This is how we do it on social media. You can do it the same way. Test your market. I also did another podcast in the video. If you guys go back and look at that too, I break down and show you how to find the market and the audience that you are targeting. So, for instance, again, now the video that we put up about these trimmers, not just for men hair, but if you see in that video, you'll see women getting their eyebrows trimmed. So it can go either way. This product can go either way for male and female. But my target audience, my main target audience in that video is majority men. This is why when you watch that video, you see 4 or 5 males and you only see 1 female. And I'm targeting young demographics. Young demographics. And it's not just the color demographics. There are white males in that video. There are black people in that video. Because I know at the end of the day, every man is going to go by a barbershop or a hair salon at some point in time. He's going to need his beard trimmed. He's going to need his hairline taped. He's going to need all of this. That was the test. So again, let's recap real quick. Solve a problem, ease pain, and ego. Now, and I gave you the example about my leather product, my leather business. That's all ego business. And the value that I gave my clients in that leather business is I built the business on one-of-a-kind pieces. I don't make duplicates. They are all one-offs. If somebody was to order through that particular business, they are the only one with that piece, with that design, with that layout. I won't even now if they say, hey, can you make me and my son one that kind of look alike? Can you make me and my wife one where we can match, or whatever the case may be? They would have to order 2 other identical pieces at the same time. And once I make that piece, I get rid of the design. So that's my guarantee that I won't make another one. That's value. That's also ego building. Because now a customer who has my piece says, hey, I'm the only one in the world with this. So first, find out what type of market or what type of product, where your product fits in those 3 categories. Now, I wanted to touch a little bit on 2, also UCC, understanding the color code, especially when you're building social media pages, because colors attract. And based on the science, now there is a literal science through marketing that explains colors colors. And not just through marketing, because I know several years ago there was one particular college university or college when their home locker room at halftime or even before the game or after the game, their home locker room, it had all of the school stuff, like every school across America. But the visitors locker room, the guest, that locker room was painted pink. Pink. Now, the science was not to say that they were feminine or anything like that, but pink is a drab color to a man before it became popular for men to wear pink. Now, this was several years ago, and they painted that locker room on purpose because the science came back that the opposing team was tired. They wasn't excited about playing because they had been in this locker room pre-game staring at all of this pink everywhere. And at halftime, when they were down or losing, that made them feel even worse. There is a science behind colors. What do you think about when you see the color red? Valentine's Day, love. Why do you think insurance companies charge you more money when you purchase a red car? Because red on a vehicle attracts more accidents. It's a science behind colors. You guys can Google that. Now, how does that apply to social media marketing, Robert? Let me tell you something. It's just like with the largest franchise in the world, McDonald's. It doesn't matter where you are on the road or on the highway. When you see those golden arches, God forbid if you got children in the car, everybody want to go to McDonald's now. And as a parent, unless you a parent like my mom, like my parents were, we got French fries at home. I can make you a hamburger better than McDonald's. Now, sometimes going out to eat for us growing up, that was a special treat. But nowadays, we're making a lot more money than our parents do. So when your children start saying, I want some McDonald's, then guess what's going to happen as a parent? You want them to stop yapping, and you're going to pull in the McDonald's. And they can spot those golden arches from a mile away. Now, the next time you are out driving and you ride past a McDonald's at night, I want you to pay attention to the colors of that McDonald's sign, because all you see is that yellow trimmed in red and with that tracing around in white. Yellow is a color that's associated with hunger. Red, being a color that's associated with passion, is enhancing that hunger. Now, the more that you see those, it's not just with McDonald's, because a lot of other restaurants jumped on that science as well. Wendy's. They started playing on the colors, and the colors played to your mental psyche, and now you want to eat. When you wasn't thinking about eating until you drove past that sign. The same way it is in social media marketing. When people are scrolling through your newsfeed and they're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, they stop on pages or advertisements that the colors pop. I'm going to show you something real quick just to show you how this works. I'm going to share my page with you because this is something else that I teach or that I show my clients or students, especially when they're creating and building social media pages. I'm going to share this real quick because I want you to see how my business page is set up and pay attention to the colors. Now, what I tell people who take my course, choose only 3 colors. That's all you need. 3 colors. Now, you can put those 3 colors in rotation according to your post and swap those out. But you also want to use colors that complement and match. And they're not over the top. You don't want to put paisleys and polka dots and stripes. Now, yes, that's a attention getter. And it'll make people stop and look. But that's the first 3 seconds. Remember, 3, 10, and then 25. And everything after 25, you're making money. Because it only takes 10 seconds to read a post. So let me show you guys this real quick. Because I want you to look at how I put my colors together. Let's get to this business page. No, not that page. Not that page. Hold up, family. Bear with me just a hot second. And I'm going to show you something that, well, exactly what I'm talking about. There it is. Premier Leather Crafters. And I want to take you, I want you to pay attention to my color scheme and the colors in my cover picture. You see this right here? I want to make sure that you guys can see this. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. This is my color scheme here. And again, 3 colors: blue, white, and red. Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. When somebody says to you red, white, and blue, what is the first thing that you think of? This is what makes your color selection so important. Because when somebody says red, white, and blue, the first thing you think of is the American flag. Patriotism. What is more patriotism than good old leather? And it speaks to the buyer that is now made in America. Just from the colors, this is what is speaking to people, to some people. And then look at the arrows. Like, follow, share. You have to tell people, tell your customers what to do. Because the first thing is, nobody wants to be sold anything. Now, looking at this, I'm not selling you anything. So when you land on my page, you just looking at, okay, that's leather business, but look at what I'm telling you to do right there. Like, follow, and share. I'm not selling you anything. But then look at the value. Look at how the page is building value. Craftsman since 1995, certified 2001. That's all I'm saying. Fully customized leather products. So when a customer, with somebody that I have targeted in my audience group or my target group sees this, they know that this is not any pre-assembled product here. This is not mass marketed or mass produced. This is not knockoffs. And then I just, the little bit of touch right here with the rolled up raw leather hides. You don't see me having any pre-made stuff hanging up on shelves and racks. So I'm telling my customer base, hey, look, I cut this right off of the cowhide itself. And then even if they don't do anything but like, follow, or share my page, because they know somebody that knows somebody that might know somebody, or somebody was talking about, hey, look, I just saw this page from this guy and he makes custom leather products. You ought to check his page out. This is called engagement. Because now I'm just going to touch on this real quick, then I'm going to let you guys go. Because just like there are 3 key marketing things that you want to look at as a online marketer, there's also 3 types of people that will attract your business. Again, now this is as per Sister Sabrina Kane, great sister, great entrepreneur, has built a great business. She also says that there are 3 types of people on social media. You have, and I'm going to tell, and then we're going to end this, but let me give you these 3 people. You have followers, people who follow you, people who will friend you, and then you have fans. The 3 F's: followers, friends, and fans. It should be every social media marketer's goal to convert followers to fans. Now, followers are some of those people that's on your page already. You told everybody you was building a business page, or you got a business online, and boom, 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 come follow my page. Now they just go in there and click, but they don't go back and purchase, or they don't go back and comment. They don't go back to your page and share your products. Most of the time when they're scrolling, they scroll right past you. Then you have friends. Now, these are physically, they already liked your page, and then when you post, they have you active in their notification. So that's a friend. And they'll come over, ooh, Robert posted something new. Let's go over here and see what he got. And then boom, ooh, I like that. And then they'll like the page, or like the picture, or like the product. That's a friend. But it's the fan. That fan has already broke bread. Not only did they like it, not only are they coming back and visiting and commenting and engaging and sharing and telling, a fan will work for you. That sounded a little wrong, but it came out right. If somebody is a fan of your business, they've gone past just liking you. They'll work for you. They'll not only promote your page, but they will go out and leave rave reviews and make other people. Those are the ones that take pictures when they get their product from you. Those are the ones that take pictures and then they post your product on them wearing them. In my case, wearing my product. They'll post that on their news feed or post that on their page or pages. See, they working for me and they don't even know it. That's a fan. And that's every social media marketer's goal. Get them to like the page. Get them to follow the page. And then get them to share it. Now, I just gave y'all some drip right there. I just snuck that in right there. Look at that. Look at here. Look at here. Let me show y'all this drip now. Because this right here, fire. And like is fan. Follow is friend. Share. No, like is a follower. Follow is a friend. Share is a fan. Look at what I'm telling people to do. And it's all right here into the color choice. Understanding the color code. Understanding the color code. Hey, with that, family, I am Robert D. Muhammad. Thank you guys for tuning in to Plugged In. I drop these jewels and give y'all some free game drip daily. Normally about 7 o'clock. Try not to hold you guys too long, depending on how the information goes. But this Friday is another Q&A. So if you're chiming in this Friday, I'm going to open up the podcast and take your questions and answer any question that you have as it relates to building and growing your business online through social media platforms. If you guys are interested in taking the digital target marketing course, you can click that link in the ticker tape right there, the bit.ly account. If you miss it, or you can send me an email at bookrdmuhammad@gmail.com, and I will get back to you and let you know how to fill out that paperwork and take care of all of the finances, and we can get the ball rolling. This business is the biggest business right now in the world. It is literally turning people into 6-figure earners. And I just saw another brother that just went 6 figures a month. That is crazy. Crazy. Selling products and services online through social media and he's not coming out of his pocket one dime. Take this program, family. I can show you how to get there. Hey, I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.